Hi everybody. This is a really quick video. It's not a whole lot on there because you guys have been off this week for fall break. But what I did want to say to you is two things. Of course, you can see here on the screen for both online and for on-ground students. There is a meeting that is being held this upcoming Thursday at 5 o'clock here in Lamb Hall in room 134. The second year cohort students did want to take some time and meet with you all just to introduce themselves and going from some of the experiences that they had last year with their trilogy projects and also thinking about their placements for their internships. They really just wanted to meet you all and to find ways to make your process easier than maybe what they had. And I think it's kind of conversational. It's not a very structured thing, but food's involved, which is always kind of good. But some food, but also some time just so that they can kind of give you some tips of what they learned through the process last year, because they are all in the process right now of implementing their projects that they began this time last year. So if you can make it, even for just a little while, come out and introduce yourself. You can do a little bit of networking. You may get some really good ideas from them. And of course, it's never too early to be thinking about your presentation not your presentation, your internship. Now, I did do some grading over the fall break, and so the exercises that you all did that I posted, now I posted what you submitted so that everybody else could take a look at your qualitative and your quantitative questioning. Now, I did give lots of feedback for all of you on the questions, because as you look at what's out there, some of you did really well with your questions, some of you need a little bit of help, and that's not saying anything bad, but we want these things to be good. So a couple of things there. So please, before you go out and do that, I do want you to make those corrections to what, not so much what you had submitted, but what you're going to be doing and with your interviewing with your stakeholders. Some of you were asking more than one question in one question. Some of you you were talking about how questions were qualitative, but yet the questions you were answering were yes or no. Some of you, they just weren't clear. So this is just constructive criticism to help you out. And what I'm going to suggest as well too, so for on-ground students, do this on the on-ground site. For online students, do this on the online site. You all have access to each other's questions, and you can give feedback too if you want to do that, whether it's just through emailing or even through, I guess, I'll have to look and see if there's a way to do any kind of discussion on that. And this is not meant to embarrass anybody, but we want your questions to be good, because if your questions are good, then the data that you're going to get is going to be better, and it's just going to help you out in the long run. So, and another point on this, so you all can look and see what other people have done, which is a good thing, but realize I did not put corrections up there for what you all had submitted, because of course that's just not the way to go. But so before you go and maybe copy someone else's style, or you use their idea as an idea for what you want to do, make sure that what you're seeing is actually what we were asking for, if that makes sense. So really all I'm trying to say is that we can learn from each other that's listed out there. You all could give some feedback to each other, but I gave my feedback to you all was in private, and that's the way I wanted to keep it. Now, of course, if you want to share that with the other folks in the class, that might also be a good thing. So learn from that. Make sure that you're making your corrections before you go and do any kind of interviewing or talking to your stakeholders. And then also keep in mind for next Thursday at 5 o'clock here in Lamb Hall, it's probably going to be an hour or so, probably no more than that. But come out and meet the other folks who went through the process last year. They just want you all to succeed, and I think that would be a good thing. Now, some of you have still not set appointments for me for Monday. I can't make you do that, but this is time for you to be able to kind of do this and to have a little bit of time to work with this. So if I don't hear from you, then of course, that's going to be on you. But for the rest of you, everybody that I've talked to that has done, we have set some times for that, and so I think that'll work really well. And just be prepared if you're meeting me in person. Just be up here in the suite 318. If you're working with me on the phone, I will be in my office, and I did include my phone number. So just give me a call at the appointed time, and we will keep this strictly to about 30 minutes or less, just so that there are some of you who are right. I have phone appointments and in-office appointments all day that day. Okay, so I hope everybody is having a good week. Please make the corrections, and I will be talking to many of you next Monday. Okay, have a good weekend.